Good afternoon, everybody. This is Todd Collins. Am I sharing my screen right now, Bob?
Yes.
Great. We are ELYT Nexus team. We were formerly called the Soaring Eagles. I made a slight adjustment on the slight adjustment, a major adjustment on the name for reasons which I will show you guys in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to get this out of my way here so it's not interrupting my presentation. But what we've got, guys, is a great opportunity here to really launch this team. And like Bob was just talking about before we started the recording, the trajectory that we can be on as a slow roll, or we can freaking launch right now like there's no tomorrow. Bob is personally charging the latter one. Somehow somebody's making some marks on my screen. I don't know how that even happens, but quit drawing on my screen. So anyway, just kidding there. So we switched our name to Team Nexus, or the Nexus team, here with ELYT. Today, as I said, is Saturday, June 6th. This is our team meeting. I and Bob Reid are your hosts today. We have special guest and founder Jake Kevorkian. Visionary Alex Morton was supposed to be here in person today. Something came up, so he recorded a brief message for us. He said he'll try to get here on one in the future. And we're just going to jump right into this today. I tell you guys every week I'm going to try to keep these to an hour. This one's going to be a little different. This is our very first meeting after formal global launch happened on June 3rd, which was just last Wednesday. So I think this is the fourth full day of launch. June 2nd, you guys probably saw some changes in your back office. We're not going to talk a lot about that today. I do have a video that was prepared by DJ Barton, and if time permits, I'll play that at the end. But my goal here is, if I can't play that today, to get it posted into the band app, my band app, which is the Nexus team band app now. It's Bob and I share that one. So you guys want to really plug in and tune into what's coming to you guys. Some of it's going to be hard and fast. So our agenda today is simple. We're going to jump right in here in a minute. I'm going to do a real quick presentation of some of the things that were talked about with the launch on Wednesday. Leadership had a meeting right after that, and one of the founders had a couple of things that they thought might enhance and make it even more exciting. And Alex Morton came up with a couple of other great ideas as well. So we're going to talk about all that. Jake is going to be here at some point in time. I can't see the screen right now that's got people's faces on it because I'm looking at
He's
the
here.
presentation slides.
He,
Hey, welcome,
he's
Jake.
here.
And I'm going to give him he's got a hard stop today at around 4:45, 5 o'clock Eastern time for another meeting. So I want to make sure I give him plenty of time. We're going to hold all questions until after Jake gets off. I will do my best to answer them in respecting of his time. But if I can't for some reason, I will make notes of what they are. I'll reach back out to him and I'll get those answers back out to all of you guys as best I can. So let's get moving. So as I said, we are now Nexus team. What is Nexus? It's a noun. Definition is a connection or series of connections linking two or more things. And I love this statement. When people connect through shared purpose and trust, the nexus forms, the invisible glue that builds a united, effective team. And this is exactly what I want this team to be, right? I want us to have trust being the foundation of this. We just got back from Julianne and I did, from 4 days in Dallas, Texas at ANMP, which is the Association of Network Marketing Professionals. And on that 4 day retreat, it wasn't a retreat, it was an intensive, there were 60 top producers all throughout the network marketing arena from Thursday at about 6 o'clock till 9 o'clock. Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., Sunday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., and then, Friday and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., Sunday morning, and then a church service that they did on the tail end of that. We got to listen to all 60 of these network marketing professionals, most of them earning 7 figures or more per year, some of them 8 figures or more per year, and they only had 18 minutes. So guess what we got? The absolute grit, the grind, what they do, how to do it, the nitty gritty. We learned the secret sauce from each and every one of them. Julianne and I took pages and pages and pages of notes. We've engaged with a coaching team. And guys, we have an incredible opportunity now with this Nexus team to be that glue. We want to unite each other, get on the same page, and we want to be the most effective team in all of ELYT. I know with the talent that we have here that we can all reach any level of achievement that we want, and we are going all the way to the top on this team. So I made a new logo for the team. Not going to waste a lot of time looking at that because you guys have probably already seen it in the band app. But Elite Travel Team Nexus, we talk about extraordinary value and exceptional memories. That's the whole foundation of what the Elite Travel platform is all about. I had this picture done by someone who did some graphics for some business cards for me, and it says the same thing. And it's a little big on the screen here, but we have global launch occurring. It happened June 3rd. We are literally at the very foundation, ground floor, as Bob Reid likes to talk. And we just got back from Jamaica. The first traincation that Elite did, you guys all saw these slides previously, but I want to show you a quick video that Jake shared with me. It was also played on the launch on Wednesday. They had a little bit of trouble with the audio. Hopefully I've got that figured out. But let's go ahead and watch this together real quick. It's just a couple fast minutes because you guys, if you missed this traincation, Bob Reid was there with his wife Pam. Julianne and I were there. David and Nicole Querback were there. Ron Kitchens was there. A couple other people from our team. Diana Charo. I can't remember them all, so I'm sorry if I forgot your name right now. But I want to keep moving fast. We got to experience the first ever, the inaugural traincation. And I'm telling you guys, when you realize what we get when Elite puts these traincations together, if you miss them, you're missing out on so much. So let's watch this together so you guys can get an overview of that. I am going to announce the dates for the next traincation on this call today to save the date. Final details are coming, but I believe the dates are locked in. Jake can speak to that in just a minute.
We just wrapped up our inaugural Elite traincation right here in Montego Bay, Jamaica.
Look, we're in Jamaica, man. We're in Jamaica because of Elite.
Yeah, absolutely loving it so far. Absolutely loving it. It's been very revolutionary for myself.
These experiences make you understand that we have something really powerful in our hands that we can.
And everyone is on level 10. Can't wait. But the most exciting thing about it is that
I needed to be here. I needed to see what was possible.
You get to experience stuff like this. You get trained, go out for dinner, you connect with like amazing people, you make new friends. I've met such amazing people here and I'm like so grateful.
I came on this Elite traincation because it's the inaugural traincation. Because I knew that I had to be in the room. Because you never miss an event you're qualified to attend.
I've been with Elite for the past 2 months. I joined because of the mentorship, the personal growth, and just the community is just out of this world.
The takeaway for me so far is just this leadership team is absolutely incredible. They've got some serious firepower behind them. I think that sky literally is the limit, no pun intended. So.
When you actually experience it, it's like breathtaking.
Yes, it absolutely was. So there's 110 of us there roughly. Jake may have a better number for how many finally ended up showing up. I think they added a couple on at the last minute, but that was our group photo for the people that were there. You can see Bob and Pam Reed's hanging out there in the middle right. Julianne and I are standing next to them. The group that we had there, guys, was absolutely amazing. And I'm going to reference this traincation a little bit later in our Q&A when it comes down to how some of the new member options actually play into the discounts that you get when you're taking traincations or some of the other experiences that Elite's putting together. So then save the date if you guys want to jot these down. Jake, if you need to come off mute right now and chime in, you're more than welcome to. But the save the date is for September 24th through September 27. And guys, I'm going to tell you, Julianne and I have had a trip booked for about a year for our anniversary, which is September 23rd. We still have not taken a honeymoon. Every vacation that we've done has been with other people for work, for group family things, whatever. We had this vacation booked for 8 days in Riviera Maya at a five-star hotel. And Jake and I were talking on the phone. Actually, we were texting the other day, and he said, these are the dates. I went, crud. We were supposed to be gone from like the 19th to the 28th or something like that. We moved that entire trip out 3 months so that we can make sure we're on this one. You guys want to get in and book early. That is one of the secrets here, because some of the best discounts that were given for Jamaica were done for the people who were, I think, Jake, correct me if I'm wrong, in the first 60. Is that correct?
Well, that's what we did for Jamaica.
That's right.
Every trip will be a little different, right?
Right.
Depending on how many we can accommodate. But yes, for Jamaica, we bought the price down $300 per person, I think it was, for 60 different people.
Wow. That's fantastic. And that's exactly what happened in the Jamaica one. If you were one of the first 60, you got that discount. If you were after that, you still got to go, but you might not have had as big of a discount. So my point in that was the minute Jake told me what this was, we moved the vacation and we booked. We set that aside, those dates and times aside in our calendar to make sure that we don't miss those. Someone at the event, and Bob Reid has said this before as well, that you really build true momentum, exponential momentum in between trip to trip to trip. It's the way to do it. All right, so this is a slide deck that DJ had put together for the meeting that we had yesterday. Revolution begins now. Our business, our future, our victory. We saw this slide at launch. I love it. Warrior optimism. Take a look around, guys. Every single person right here on this Zoom had a moment where they could have quit already. We've had a little bit of turbulence. There's been some issues with billing. There's been a couple issues with a couple other things. No major big deal. It's pre-launch, brand new company. You're supposed to expect that. That's why restaurants do soft launches. They know they're going to spill a few drinks. They're going to mess up a few steaks. It happens. But the best restaurants, Morton's and Javier's and some of those other ones that are out there around the world, they had probably some pretty bumpy days the first few weeks or months that they were in business. It takes a little bit to get that flow going just right, but they didn't quit. You didn't quit, and we're all going to win together. It's not luck, that selection, as the slide says. We didn't come this far to sit in the back row. All of us want to be at the forefront, exceedingly doing great things with ELYT, and we know we have the vehicle here. I did hear another great thing the other day. I forget who this was, one of the coaches that we're talking to, I think, said, you might have an amazing car like a Ferrari. But if you get in that car and put the pedal to the metal and go as hard as you want trying to get to California, but you're driving east, it doesn't matter how great the car is. It doesn't matter how great of a driver you are. It doesn't matter how far you go, how much gas you use. You're going the wrong way. And this team, from this point forward, we're looking to bring that together. Julianne and I, Bob and Pam, Jake, and all the rest of the team, we're looking to bring that leadership to you guys to really help you eke out the right roadmap to get you from where you are to where you want to be. Maybe it's not from Louisiana all the way to California. Maybe you don't want to be, one of the top ranks at ELYT, but maybe you do want $1,000 or $2,000 or $5,000 a month to help change your life. I'm not making any income claims here at all. You can do that if you put the work in and you stay with it. But it's not because of happenstance. It's going to be those of us that do the hard work. Every Saturday going forward, Bob and I, and we'll have Alex and Jake and probably DJ on as guests over the weeks and months ahead. We're going to help try and put that roadmap together. We're not going to try. We're going to put that roadmap together to make sure you guys succeed. With the ELYT partnership, we're co-creating this legacy. Your vision is our vision. Your goals are our shared mission. And something I got to say right now, I've been in fellowship with these leaders. Alex Morton, I didn't know before we went to Jamaica. Blown away by that guy. I've known Jake Kevorkian for a couple years. I've known Paul, who's kind of in the background with the actual engine that this is all built on, for a couple of years. I got to meet the rest of the leadership team, Mark Aceta, that's coaching us and has done some amazing things already. There's another great one coming up, I think, this coming weekend. You guys are going to want to plug into that. Anyway, I can tell you guys, I've been around a lot of leaders in my professional career. I used to be sat at the top of the tower at a large banking institution out in California on the executive level. I've been around great leadership. There was some decent leadership as well in other companies I've been with since we've joined the network marketing arena back in 2025. Julianne and I've met some great ones. This is a whole nother level of professionalism, expertise, caring. They're feeding off of what we're telling them, and they're helping us, as it said, co-create the legacy. I love that. I'm going to kind of skip this slide a little bit. You can read it real quick if you want to for taking screenshots. As of launch, we were 1,500 plus people. They crushed it pre-launch. Amazing. It's over. It is now time to run. Like Bob said, we are not going to sit around, stare at the walls and wondering what to do. We're all going to charge forward with everything we have in us, and we're going to create great things here. New product launch, how the product pricing works. Everything that was talked about is for people that were on after June 2nd. So we're going to be talking about all this. If you joined before that, there's some things that existed before that. We're going to talk in the Q&A portion about how a couple of those things may or may not be of interest to you. We'll get there in a few minutes. After June 2nd, anybody that enrolled, everything that you're seeing here today and a couple of new enhancements to that are going to apply. Let's start where I think everybody's focus needs to be, and that's the ELYT Platinum, $175 a month membership. It's a one-time fee of $250 to start, $175 after that. You can see there you get platform access, 100% discount on the ELYT. I'm not going to go through all of this. You guys can read the slide. The big things that change between ELYT and the other ones are with regard to the free checks that are missing at the bottom. You lose airport lounges, resort weeks, and VIP ELYT rewards trips. They're changing the names of some of these things. I don't know what they're going to be yet. Maybe Jake does. But guys, the most important thing to understand, well, actually one of the most important things is these resort weeks, I think, are actually the anchor of this product. The platform is fantastic, getting up to 65% off travel, all those things, wonderful. But when you have the ability to book a full week in a resort that is usually a timeshare type scenario where someone would be paying $300 or $400 a day in some cases for, and you can get the whole week for $300, $400, $500 for the week, that is a secret sauce here, in my opinion. So anyway, with the ELYT Platinum, you get all those member benefits, 100% discount on the ELYT experiences, 100% discount on traincations. And I'll let Jake actually talk about what that means, as he's alluded to it a little bit. That $250 credit that they gave us, we all that were the first people that registered, we got that $250 credit for us. If you're gold now, let's just keep sticking on the traincation, you're only going to get half of that as your discount, or $125. And if you're silver, you don't get any discount if you're joining the traincation. As a gold as well, it's $150 up front, $99 a month, and you get 50% off the discounts on the ELYT experiences and the traincations. You do lose a few things there, as I mentioned a minute ago, the airport lounges, resort weeks, and the VIP. You lose a couple more things as a silver, but that's $99 to join, $49 a month. DJ talked yesterday. This could be the bread and butter of a certain niches that are out there, dealing with certain countries that they maybe only make $500 or $600 a month for their annual income. This is a way to really change those people's lives, to get them in, get them involved, let them start building a business. And again, for under $100 and $49 a month, that makes this available to just about everybody. DJ used the term the Netflix of travel is what he believes that silver platform is going to be, because it gives access. Right? That's what we pay for when we have a membership or subscription to, Costco or Sam's Club or Hulu or whatever. We're paying for access to all the content that they have, right? So there's a slide that's going to be added. I'm sorry, not a slide. There's a level that's going to be added on here in the days ahead. Jake can tell you more about that in a minute. But in short, it's going to be 7 days, 8-night escapes are going to be added. And the ELYT Platinum, you'll have nothing other to pay for that than $100 for the booking, right? So it'll be 7 days, 8 nights. Sorry, said that backwards. 8 days, 7 nights in a really high level hotel. I think Jake said that the average prices on those is $1,200 to $1,600 or more in some cases, depending on what you pick. You're going to be paying that monthly membership every month. As ELYT, if you choose to use that as your reward trip, or your award trip, or your annual trip, whatever they end up naming this, you're going to get all of the taxes and fees. The resort fees are going to be waived. You'll just pay a $100 booking fee. With the Elite Gold, you're going to pay all the taxes and fees and that booking fee, but you're going to get the actual stay in the hotel will be covered. And then as a silver, there's no benefit there. I guess you could book those as well and just pay whatever the average pricing is on that. More stand by for more details on that in the days and weeks ahead. This is I said a minute ago that the Elite Weeks are one of the anchors on this. This guy's right here is the most unbelievable no-brainer I've ever seen in all my years of doing business. This is called the Get Four and Pay No More concept. All you have to do is enroll 4 people at the same level you're at or higher. What does that mean? Well, if you came in as silver, you need 4 other people that come in as silver. And when you joined as a silver, those 4 people come in every month thereafter that they pay their membership. Your in silver, your $49 membership or your monthly membership fee is waived. At gold, if you get 4 people that are gold in your direct enrollment line, those 4 people are paying their membership the following month. After you get your 4th one, your $99 a month is waived. Same thing with the platinum. You get 4 platinums every month thereafter, not the month that the 4th one enrolls. They don't give you your $175 back. The next month, when they all 4 are paying the first time together, yours is then waived for that month. Hope that makes sense. We'll have some Q&A on that later. But on that topic, guys, this is the most duplicatable thing I have ever seen. So let's get this straight. I enroll Bob Reid. I work with Bob Reid. This is what our team's going to do. This is what Nexus is all about, that connection, that community. I'm going to work with Bob Reid to get access to the people that he knows. When I do that and Bob gets to his 4th person, his membership is no longer charged. The $175, because Bob came in at platinum like all good business builders would do, he no longer has to pay that $175 a month. Those 4 people, every month that they're paying that, he has that fee waived. If one of them doesn't make their payment, quits, whatever, Bob will go back to paying his $175, but all he has to do to fix that is go find another person. Let's talk about duplication, and I'll give you a tip in a second. On this duplication part, what you guys need to do is understand that if you go to those 4 people with the person that enrolled them with you, and you leapfrog over them, Bob Reid's famous term, and you ask each one of those 4 people for 10, 15, 25 people that they can talk to, and you work with them, every one of them that gets 4 is now going to have to pay no more. So let's do some fast math here. Bob, I got my shoes off, but I can only go so high. I might need some help. If you take 4 times 4, Bob, what do you get?
16.
Right. And now those 16 all get 4. What do you have?
64.
Right. And the next one I know is easily because it's 256. Those 64 people get 4. That's 256. Then 512. Then 1026. Guys, that's 5 levels of growth. And if we help our first 4 that we get, watch how we do this, guys. Here's how we're teaching it. Here's what we're doing. And now we help them get there. And like DJ said the other night or last night, now you cut them loose. It doesn't mean you're not there to help them. You're still doing 3 ways. You're coaching them. You're encouraging them. You're there for them. But they can duplicate that. And they're going to be able to duplicate a lot of things here because the training that we're putting together, sorry, not the training, the presentation, you can say, I push play, you watch that. Can you push play? Great, then you can share that. So we're going to create that duplication moment. And by the way, when you get to 256, which is 128 on your left and 128 on your right, if you do it, equally on each side, I think the math there is somewhere around a couple $1,000s a month. You guys can go look at the compensation plan. I don't want to make comp plan claims or anything, but please go take a look at that. This is an extremely simple process. This is the best favor that this company has ever done for us since I've been in. And guys, we're like 4 days old. They're just getting started with the things they're going to do to keep bringing value to us. And here's the next one. Fast start bonus. This has changed. So we're not talking about what was before. I don't care if you joined before this. There's some things that still apply to you. Let's talk about those offline. We do have some guests here today that are seeing this for the first time. So we're not going to talk about yesterday anymore. We're going to talk about where we are today going forward. Fast start bonus. Every platinum member that you personally sponsor, instantly $50 in commission is earned. Every gold, 25, every silver, 25, right? That's awesome. Because it's not the first 30 days, first 60 days, first 90 days, first year. As it stands right now, for the duration of your time with ELYT until further notice, every time you enroll somebody, that fast start bonus applies. If you guys aren't already thinking about some social influencers, even micro ones that have a couple hundred people that they influence, maybe a financial planner, maybe a real estate agent, maybe an attorney that has a group of people that might want to travel, they can earn some very fast money through this fast start bonus. And it gets better. Hold on to your seat. I'll get there in just a minute. Profit sharing 2.0, social velocity, fast start, true sharing. These are all things that I'm not going to get too much into. I've kind of hit the highlights of them all already. Here's the comp plan we talked about a moment ago. As I said, if you had 128 on your left and 128 on your right, you're already at $5,000 a month. And again, that was year one. You got 4. That's level 2. They got 4. That's 16. They got 4. That's 32. You're right there. You're at $2,000 every 4 weeks in residual income paid out 4 weeks in a row, right? Or over 4 weeks. Now let's talk about how the fast start bonus got even better. In the month of June, so what are we on? June 6th today through the 30th. You guys got 24 days and counting. Must be all new sales. And this is multipliable. It doesn't mean just once, but if you get 4 platinum memberships in this next 26, actually, it's retroactive back to June 2nd. So if you got any in this week already, I know Bob's got several. I've got a couple of the Querbox got a couple. Those already count. But if you get 4 platinum memberships, you get another $150 bonus at the end of the month. If you get 4 golds, another 80. 4 silvers, another 50. Well, what if I got 16 platinums? I'd get that bonus 4 times over. That'd be an additional $600. Point of note, you cannot mix and match these. You can't have 2 platinums, 3 golds, and 2 silvers. It's got to be in increments of 4 to count. Don't ask. They're not going to make any exceptions on that. I talked about the ELYT experience in Punta Cana already. Sorry, I didn't talk about this. This is the next experience that they're doing. These dates are locked in. December 10th through the 14th. Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, Moon Palace, the Grand Resort. I believe, Jake, correct me if I'm wrong, that hasn't even been opened yet. We are probably going to be one of the first groups that goes there, correct?
I think it either opened this past week or it's opening this coming week, one of the two. But yeah, it is a literally brand new resort.
All right. So probably still be squeaky in spots there. The paint will still be on all the walls. There won't be anything funky going on. Hopefully they've worked any bugs and kinks out in their pre-launch at that point in time.
And Todd,
yes.
Do you want me to kind of share with everybody what they'll get if they go
Yes.
on?
Yes.
Okay. So, and this is a good time to clarify a couple of things. We've got traincation events and we've got there's what we're calling ELYT experiences, right? And then within those ELYT experiences, some of them are going to be an elevated VIP experience. Now, this particular trip I'm really looking forward to it because first off, it is an amazing resort. I've seen all the pictures online. It's beautiful. Okay. And they've got a really cool water park with a lazy river and a bunch of slides and stuff. I still like that stuff, even though I'm 60 years old. I still dig that kind of stuff. But anyway, it is, let me just read to you. If you were to go online and just book, I mean, you can go check it out yourself and see what the prices are. But the price that we have that we're going to be offering, and I'm going to pull it up as I'm talking right now, the price that we're offering, we're taking $600 per room discount on each and every room book. That's your ELYT Platinum discount, $600 per room. So it's $2,398 total for 2 people, all inclusive, 5-star. That includes airport transfers to and from the airport. It also includes a welcome event. It also includes a group excursion that we're going to go out on a catamaran and we're going to go snorkeling. And it includes a farewell dinner. And get this, guys, a $500 resort credit. Okay. Woo. Now, that's a tremendous value. So you're going to pay, if you were to book this yourself, you're going to pay at least $600 more booking it online yourself. And you're not going to get all the extras that I just mentioned. You're not going to get the transfers. You're not going to get the $500 resort credit. I think like the first 30 days the resort was open. I think they offered a special where they were giving away a $250 resort credit, but then that goes away. Ours is 500. Airport transfer is $500 credit. There's a Greg Norman golf course on site. You can use your $500 resort credit for the spa, for golf, or for premium wines. Okay. That's your choice. $500 credit. And all you have to do is pay the taxes on that. So it's an incredible value. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be playing golf. I think Alex is going to be going. Bob's excited about something. I don't know. Is it the premium wine or the golf or the spa,
I'm
Bob?
all of it. I'm already booked, man. I booked as soon as you announced it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, this is going to be a fun trip, guys. And look, here's the thing: we're going to have a lot of different types of experiences. Okay, we're going to have some really elevated VIP experiences. We'll have some experiences that I would call more budget conscious, not cheap, but just less expensive trips. But this right here, I can tell you, this is going to be one of the best ones we do. And I love the fact that, like Todd said, I'm into clean. I'm into really nice, new kind of things, right? So I'm excited about that. So I hope that you guys will make it because here's the thing. This is our product. This is our product. The culture that we're building is our product. And for those of you that were in Jamaica, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You come out of that trip that week with a different feeling. It just elevates your belief in ELYT. And I always tell people, like, you're in ELYT now. When you go on one of these trips, ELYT gets in your heart and it becomes a completely different dynamic. And, you know, I've been in the travel industry since 2013, and this is the magic. I'll never forget the last night we were in Jamaica. We had a leadership private dinner for some of the top leaders. It was about, I don't know, 30 or so of us, maybe 40 people. We had steak and lobsters right out on the beach. It was amazing. And I was sitting right next to Alex Morton. And he looked at me about halfway through that dinner and he said, I get it now. He said, I really get it now. And I said, you get what? And he goes, no, I really get how powerful this product really is. He said, I knew before, but now I really get it. Now I've experienced what this is about. And I'm telling you, if you get people on these trips, they will not quit. They absolutely will not quit. I'm going to tell you the retention in our company for people that go on these trips is going to be 100% better than the retention of people that don't go on these trips. So I highly encourage you to mark it on your calendar, book it now. All you have to do is put a deposit down. I think, Todd, what is it, like a $200 deposit?
200. Yes, sir.
So just go on your website, put a $200 deposit down, and you're going to have until September 1st to pay the remaining balance. So there you go.
Yeah, Julianne and I were watching the broadcast. We were poolside at a hotel in our bathing suits, enjoying life, watching. You know, this is the business that we're in now. We get to travel and do business while we do it. I'm in heaven. And I was having a problem with my tech. Actually, Jake was having a problem with his technology that I was trying to help him with. So I couldn't get on my computer because I was using that and my cell phone. Julianne's over there getting some sun, listening in. And I said, babe, stop whatever you're doing. Get in here and book this right now. I want to make sure that we do not miss this. So, guys, there's a limited amount of space at every one of these things. Don't miss this opportunity. The last thing we're going to do here, I got to bounce back over to this. If I can make this work, go. Is Alex Morton, as I said, was supposed to be here today. Sorry that he could not. He had something else that came up. He did record a quick, it's not even a couple minutes long, specific shout out for our team. Jake, I'm sure, can get him on a call at our Zoom at a later date, maybe the next couple of weeks. We'll get him here. But what do we got in this room right now, Bob? 34 people. I don't really want Alex to be here until we got 104 people in this room. So you guys,
if you don't mind, can I set it up and just explain? Because I know we got some guests, and there's a few people on here that may not know Alex. Alex is he's 36 years old, and Alex is the number one producer in our entire industry of direct sales over the last 15 years. I'm not even going to tell you how much money he's made because we don't make income claims, but suffice to say he's done quite well for himself at 36. Okay. And he reached out to DJ and I about 9 months ago now, I guess it was, and said he wanted to get in the travel industry. We were helping him, trying to figure out what he wanted to do. He vetted every single travel company in our space, every single one of them. And you would think, I mean, if there's a Tom Brady of our industry, you're looking at him right here. And you would think that he would know a little bit about direct sales, right? And what the opportunities of today look like. And he knew he wanted to get into travel because it was digital, it was global, it was what people want. Like, we're delivering a product that people actually want. So he knew he wanted to get into travel. He vetted all these companies out. He was asking us a bunch of questions because we had a background in travel. And I'll never forget, he came to DJ and I one day and he said, "Look, guys, I've looked at every single company in the industry. I've vetted them all out. I've met with the owners. I've looked like inside and out at everything they're doing. And there are things about some of them I like, but there's things that I feel like we can do better. And if you let me co-create this with you, I'll just join up with you guys. You run the infrastructure, you run the company, and we'll go build the largest travel community in the world." And that's what we did. We started pre-launch on February 24th. As Todd said a few minutes ago, June 3rd was our first day, official day in business. And this is the leader that we've got at the helm. This is the energy and the experience that we all can plug into. And when I say all of us, I'm speaking, I'm one of the owners of the company, okay? And I've got so much respect for this young man and what he's done in our industry, and we all have an opportunity to benefit from that.
Yes, we do. All right, you ready?
What's going on, team? It's Alex Morton. Just wanted to say happy Saturday. I know you guys just went through all of the amazing updates of what's going on over here at ELYT. Remember, I've been doing this a long time, not as long as Kevorkian or Bob Reid, but I've been doing this a long time, and I've never been this excited in my 17-year career because the marketplace wants travel. They want an aggressive compensation plan, and I know that you're getting the right leadership with my brother, Mr. Kevorkian. This guy's absolutely phenomenal, okay? And your team leaders, Todd and Julianne, Bob and Pam Reid, Dave and Nicole Querback, I hope I said that right. These are amazing people, not just because they've done well in network marketing, but I met them all in Jamaica. They're just good people, great intentions, big heart. And if you're watching this right now, you're on a Saturday call, right? You can be doing anything in the world, but you're there, you're listening, you're learning, you're getting the updates. Guys, I'm telling you what, platinum, gold, silver, trips, traincations, elite experiences. I mean, guys, we have everything that the marketplace needs. Now it's all up to you to go out there and get your four. We're going to build so much around get four and pay no more. Why? Because we don't want you to pay every single month for your subscription. Go out there. Who do you know? 4 people. They could be in your city, your state, your country, a different country, guys. There's so much firepower coming out with ELYT. The world is watching, but none of that matters, okay? We want you to make a decision here on this Saturday that you're going to go get your 4 and pay no more. You're going to get Builder Pro done. Done. 6 left, 6 right, done deal, okay? And you're going to be on your way to leadership levels within this compensation plan. So, again, if we've never met before, my name's Alex Morton. I'm here to help you guys win. You got amazing, amazing leaders in this organization. So make that decision. Follow those guys and girls. And let's go out there and change the world. Have a great Saturday and Sunday. Bye for now.
Fantastic. So that's the end of that slideshow. Let me stop sharing here, get this back in front of me. Guys, I got to tell you, that guy is incredible. We spent, I don't know, I can't say a lot of time together, but I was around him, heard him, was there with the group, had a few, 4 or 5 different interactions in private with him. I have probably never been as inspired as I am by somebody that has done what this guy has done. No one's ever done it before. No one's ever done the number that I won't talk about his earnings, but Jake, I think he said he had a couple 100,000 people in his organization that he was at before he came here.
Yeah, the last company he was with, he had over 200,000 individuals in his team.
And I just want to preface this with clarify that. He started at 18 years old, barely made it through college, was almost a high school dropout, came from a family that was very modest like my family was, and he has achieved that level of success. And I'm going to tell you something that's going to be the pillar of this Nexus team. Personal growth and development changes the trajectory for everything you'll do in life. And when he started changing, everything for him started changing. And Julianne and I looked at each other about that moment in time and said, we need to make some big changes too. So I'm going to go on a personal development blast here over the next 6 months. I'm never going to stop this now. I've done it before. I kind of got away from it. Bad habits creep in as you get older and you start getting settled into your ways. But guys, if we ever stop growing, we stop growing. And we don't want that in this industry. So anyway, I'm going to stop there on that topic. Jake, I'm going to turn it over to you and let you have some whatever you want to talk about. Floor is yours, man. You're the owner of the company, and we'll let you go get on your way here in a few minutes, and then I'll do some Q&A with the team on the rest of the changes that came out.
Well, you've done an amazing job with all the updates, and now we're all informed. If you guys have individuals that are on your teams that weren't here, make sure they get this information. I mean, one of the things that I know Todd and Bob are just exceptional at is communication and details. And I will tell you that being part of this team, you will always be plugged in, you will always be informed, you will always get the right information, and you're following the right people, okay? Because leadership really does matter. And I'll just leave you with this. I mean, we've got a very, very unique situation here, right? And if you look at anybody that's been in real estate, right? I've heard my whole life. I've never been, the only real estate I've ever owned in my life is the house I live in. But I know a lot of money's been made in real estate. And they will tell you that location is what matters in real estate. Well, in direct sales, timing and positioning is what matters. Timing is what matters. When you look at these companies, I'm just shooting you straight. I'm not saying that in 5 years there won't be an opportunity here. There'll always be a good opportunity with ELYT. There will never be the opportunity that there is today, okay? Never again will there be the opportunity that we have today. If you went out in your community and you ask 100 people, have they heard of ELYT? I'm telling you 100 out of 100 are going to say no. Now is the time to be talking to people. Now is the time is to get yourself positioned at the highest possible rank that you possibly can. If you're serious about this, now understand there's a lot of people in this company that just want to enjoy the product and enjoy the community and the friendships and the culture. That's great. I mean, that's what we're building. But some of you here, and I'm guessing a decent number of you, or you wouldn't be showing up here on a Saturday afternoon, right? There's other things you could be doing today besides being on this call. But you're here. You chose to be here. You chose to be an ELYT. And I believe that you have a desire to make a difference in your life and create some financial independence. And I'm telling you, you've got it right here. We've got a product that everybody wants. There's a lot of great products out here in this world that people desperately need, right? They desperately need a lot of products. Travel is something that people want. We've got a product that people want. In my opinion, they need it, right? I don't know honestly that at the end of our lives, when we look back on our lives, we're going to be reflecting on the memories that we created and the times that we spent with friends and family and the different fun things that we did to create joy in our life. That is the product that we're selling. It's digital, it's global. Like Alex said, you can reach out and talk to people in other states and other countries. There's no limit to what we have here. And I'm coming from the travel industry, right? I've traveled all over the world training in direct sales, specifically with another travel company. And I'm telling you, people in Europe, South America, Asia, it doesn't matter. They're all the same. We're all humans and we all want the same thing. We all want to create memories. We all want to do things with our friends and family. So travel is a universal product. So we're in the right place at the right time. The timing will never be as good as it is today. And I just encourage you to dig down deep. If you've got a desire to do something, dig down deep and make a decision that hook or crook, you're going to do this. And start with going to get your 4. I mean, if you can just focus on over the next couple of weeks, just focus on getting your 4. Okay. Just go do that. That's a huge milestone. I'm telling you, I believe if you go get your 4 in the next 2 weeks, you'll never quit. That's what I believe. Okay. We've got to get you off to that start. So focus on that. Then when you get those 4, we're going to plug them into what we're doing. Todd, Bob, myself, and some of the other leaders on this call are going to help them go get their 4, and we're going to duplicate this process. But it starts with you making a decision. I remember 40 years ago when I was 19 years old, I saw this industry. I came from a small town in Texas, in Central Texas. I know a lot of you guys are in San Antonio. I grew up in Temple, Texas. And, I never knew growing up that there was a way to earn money unless I wasn't putting in my time. I thought the only way that I earned money was trading my time for dollars. I never, ever knew of this concept called passive residual income. When I saw, thank God I found out about it at 19, right? When I found out about that and I saw that for the first time, I made a decision. I'm going to figure this out no matter what it takes. I'm never going to quit. I'm going to get better every day. I'm going to throw myself into personal development. I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to get myself around the right people, and I'm going to go change my life. And I've been very, very, very blessed because of this industry. I raised 2 kids. My daughter's 35. My son is 31. I've got a grandbaby now that's 18 months old. And I was able to be there with them growing up. I never missed Little League games. I never missed a dance recital. I never missed one of my daughter's volleyball teams. We traveled, we had fun, we created memories. That is what this industry can provide for you, and it can change just like that, right? So if you're serious and you want to run with us, make a decision. I'm just going to tell you one last time. I've said it before. With the leadership on this team, I really believe that this can be the largest team, the largest group inside of this company. And just one last thing, and some of you know this, okay? Todd said I'm one of the owners in this company. There's 3 partners in ELYT. I'm one of them. But my heart is in the field. My heart is doing what we're doing right now. Now, right now in the beginning, I've been bogged down in a lot of other things, right? That I don't necessarily enjoy, but stuff that we have to pay attention to and get sorted out from the ownership standpoint. But my heart is in the field. And I told DJ and Bart, my 2 partners, when we started this company, I said, I'm doing this with you, but I'm going to be in the field and I want to build a distributorship. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm building my own team. This is part of my team. So I'm here to help each and every one of you. If you don't have in fact, Todd, before we get off, if you don't mind, just put my phone number in the chat there. Feel free to reach out to me. Okay. I'm here to help. I'm going to be in San Antonio on June 20th. Many of you are in San Antonio. Let's build for this event. And when I say build for this event, what I mean is let's go get your 4 now. Go get your 4 before June 20th and get those people at the event. Don't wait for the event to start building. Start building now. Can you imagine, rather than inviting 10 people to this event on June 20th and hoping that all 10 of them show up, can you imagine going out and getting 4 brand new reps, and you and those 4 brand new reps, those 4 new customers, inviting 10 each? That's how you build momentum. So let's build for June 20th. I'll be there. We're going to do a Super Saturday event from 10 till 2. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to share some wisdom with you guys. We're going to do a presentation for guests, and we're going to make this thing happen. So if you're serious, lock arms with us, and we will help you across the finish line. We will help you achieve whatever rank it is that you want in this company. So I've got to run. I've got another call. God bless you guys. Have a great weekend, and I will see hopefully all of you, but at least most of you on June 20th.
Yes, all sir. Right. Thank you so much, Jake. I really appreciate it.
Okay, guys, go get the 4, right?
Yes, sir.
Next 2 weeks. Let's go. All right, take care.
On it. All right, that was awesome. I'm so glad he was able to join. By the way, I put my name, phone number, and email in the chat. If you know how to get there, get there. And I just dropped Jake's name and phone number in there as well. I will ask you guys to, Bob and I are both military. There's a thing called chain of command. Most of you guys know that. Somebody enrolled you, somebody enrolled them, somebody enrolled them, and then there's Bob, and then there's me. Right above me is Jake Kevorkian. I am plugged in. This whole team is on Jake's pay leg. Okay, so Jake, he just said he wants a distributorship. That's where his majority of his income is going to come from. When he starts building, this is going to go bananas on that shared leg that I have with him. And you guys are all of us roll up to him. So he has a vested interest in each and every one of our success, maybe more than he does other people in the company. But I'm telling you guys, he's been on meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting with me and Bob and the Zerniaks and the Korboks and several other leaders. He's had multiple conversations with them because he legitimately wants to watch all of us succeed, and not because he wants to succeed, but we all are part of his leg. He's very, very vested in us. With that said, I'm going to jump real fast. I want to really respect you guys' time today. I know we're at near an hour. For those of you that want to leave, you can. This will be recorded if you got something else going on. But if you can stick around, I'm going to do a wide open Q&A after I get done talking about a couple of things. I was hoping Jake would be able to help me with this one. This is very critical. Okay, so going forward, for people at the end of the 12 months, they're going to have two options. All right. And I'm going to say exactly the words that DJ said yesterday. We've been calling it a signature trip. He said, I want you all to get amnesia and not talk about a signature trip anymore, because it's not a signature trip any longer. We're going to call them elite, as of yesterday, VIP elite rewards trips. And he said, let's break it down. And I'm reading straight off. I took notes like a bat out of hell all the way through the meeting. So breaking it down, he said there's a VIP elite rewards trip. The leadership made a decision yesterday, right after the launch, which was the 3rd. So this is now 2 days ago. And he said that's on leadership. They got together, they were looking at some things, and they said, you know what, there's some things we can't do and some things we can do. Let's focus on the ones we can and improve this. So he said people are going to have the option to pick between the VIP Elite Rewards trip, or they can pick one of the trips that were pitched on day one and continuing today for all the people that have been around since February and through June 2nd and going forward. Those aren't going to happen until next year. So we don't need to oversell, overhype, or even worry about this at this point. But what we want you guys to understand is going forward, there's going to be an Elite Rewards trip. What does that mean? It's going to be either 2 night, 3 days, or 3 days, 4 nights VIP experience. And the very first one of these is going to be in Miami in either August or September of 2027. Okay. So all your members that get enrolled in June, July, and August, well, definitely June and July, maybe August, are going to have their 12 payments in by then and will qualify for this. You are not going to want to miss this. I can't give you all the details that they said yesterday. I don't have time for all of that. But Alex Morton is from Miami. Okay. So I'll get to some details about that in a minute, but he's very plugged in. And what they said is, we're going to try to pay, or not, we're going to try, we're going to pay for the hotel for the 3 day, 2 night, or 4 day, 3 night, whatever it ends up being in Miami, with a bunch of group experiences. DJ Tommy Ooze, who's a member underneath. He's a friend of Alex Morton. He's a famous DJ. Him and his fiance, I think they're engaged. Anastasia, fantastic people. Met them in Jamaica. He's a professional DJ. He spun at the pool party. It was off the hook. They're also going to either rent a yacht or a big boat and do a dinner cruise. They're talking about an elite cocktail reception. They might even do a Grant Cardone or a Gary Brecka day. If you don't know who those names are, get your googly out and you Google it. You're going to want to know who those people are, because they're all friends, personal friends, associates. They break bread with Alex Morton. And because of that, Miami is kind of the hub of where they want to do this first one. It's very important that you remember that you got to be in the membership a full year, meaning you've made 12 consecutive payments. This is very important for you all to lock in here. You have a 14-day grace period. If you pay 15 days late or later, you have to start over. He said, quote unquote, there are no grace period extensions available, so don't even ask. There is no wiggle room. You pay on time. Now, if it's something that happened with their billing system or whatever in the last couple of months, we're not stressing about that. We're talking about going forward. They have those problems ironed out. Again, that's some of the turbulence that we're going to go through with the pre-launch. But you guys, there's not going to be an exception. So if you have a member who took 15 days off for whatever reason, they start over when they process that next payment. That's month 1. Okay? Hope we're clear on that. I'll do some Q&A in a minute if you guys need clarity. He said they're going to do this experience one time per year. The next one's going to be in either August or September of 2028. He said Italy, maybe whatever. We're going to move them all around the world. They're going to be some of the most amazing places in the world. So If you choose to join that as a platinum member, all you'll have to do is pay the $100 activation fee or the setup fee, right? You're going to book your transportation to get there, but once you get there, all the group experiences are going to be covered, and other extras you might want to do obviously won't be. If you and your wife want to go do a wine tasting or snorkeling event or whatever, if that's not included as the stuff the team's doing, that's on you. Now, here's the thing. If you don't want to go with us on those dates or that exact week doesn't work out, you don't want to be around all the leaders, whatever the case may be, it got brought to their attention when this was what they were going to lock in for the reward trip every year. Well, a lot of customers, maybe some of you are here right now, you don't want to go hang out with Alex Morton and DJ and those guys. You don't even know what you're not in the business part of it. You're just here for the member benefits. That doesn't really work for you, right? So those other options that we have, the 39 or whatever it is that I showed you guys the other day, that'll be up on a website soon. I've had a few questions about that. Those curated experiences will be option B for you. You can pick either one, not both. Okay. So at the end of the year, you're going to get this full blown 3 or 4 day event with everybody in Miami this next year, or you can pick any one of the 39 curated and growing experiences, and you and your wife and another couple or whoever can go enjoy yourselves. As of right now, this is a question gets asked over and over and over again to me. At the end of the 12 months, when you've qualified, you're going to have the option to pick your trip. You have up to 6 months as of right now to book it, and up to 12 months to travel. That's possibly going to change to 6 more months to travel, 18 months more travel. That's fluid right now. It's still up for discussion. So just bear with them as they kind of iron that trip out. But again, no one's taken that for 9 more months. I've been in since March or February. So March, April, May, June's my 4th payment. I got 8 more payments to pay 8 more months to go before I'm going to qualify for that. I'm just going to sit back and say, let's just wait and see. And I'm not going to worry about that trip. I'm going to worry about getting my 4 and paying no more, which I've already got. And then I'm moving to the next one of those. One of our children, Haley Rhodes, is on here today. She's a customer. I'm going to help her find her 4 so she doesn't have to pay anymore. And then we're going to help those 4. That's the focus of what I want. All this other stuff is noise. Yes, there are benefits. Yes, it's important for us to be able to explain it. But don't get lost in the sauce. Stay focused on the main thing. Keep the main thing the main thing. All right. If you're gold, what's the difference between platinum and gold? Well, you aren't going to get certain things. With a gold membership, you don't get the lounges, the resort weeks, the VIP elite reward experience. We talked about that a little bit ago. And you only get 50% of the discount on the traincation. So if it's $600 in Punta Cana, as a gold, you only get $300. As a silver, you get no $100. Okay, it's a zero benefit to you as a silver member. Added yesterday. This is the other thing I want you guys to lock in on. I think it's the biggest thing that we've added, that they've added. I was kind of like, you've got to be kidding me on this. As a gold member, you also are going to be rewarded with a trip. That's pretty incredible. So here's the way it's going to work. You added yesterday, as I started to say, everybody that is gold for 12 consecutive months is going to qualify for one of those 7-night, 8-day trips I talked about. It's a hotel credit. That value is way more than the cost of your membership. Jake talked about it as well. All you have to pay as a gold to take this trip is the taxes and the resort fees. Well, what does that mean? Well, a studio, they said, starts around $329, sometimes a little less. A 2-bedroom might be as much as $429. So they said when you're talking to your prospects, just use $300 to $500 in resort fees and taxes. And there's a $100 booking fee. So put $500 in there total, give or take. There's over 3,000 properties around the world where these hotel credit certificates are going to be able to be used by your gold members. That is a major value added, guys, because as we were just talking about, these resort weeks run on the very low end between $900 and $1,200, and on the higher end between $1,400, $1,600, even $1,800, again, depending on what you choose. There's also going to be the availability on some of them to upgrade out of your pocket to make it an all-inclusive, which some people really love. Haley Rhodes is planning a wedding right now. She's getting married in September. And her and her fiance, Britton, are talking about taking a really nice honeymoon. They're looking at ELYT as one of the travel platforms to book it on. They only want to do all-inclusive because they're young. They don't want to get into another country where they don't have language barrier, or they do have language barriers and driving barriers and some other things. They want to go and they want to enjoy it right on the beach in the resort, all inclusive, not trying to get out in the community and get scared or spooked by whatever may or may not be going on, the dark things in the night or whatever. And I respect that. So with these trips, they're going to be able to be added on in some of the options to make them all inclusive. As I said before, on the silver membership, DJ is referring to that to the Netflix of travel. He said unequivocally, and Alex chimed in as well, this will go viral on a global scale. So if you have people that you know in other countries, I don't care where it is, over in the UK, in the whatever, any country that you know, we're open globally, guys. I think Jake said the other day that we're on in currently 57 different countries around the globe right now and growing daily. So if you've got somebody out there you want to prospect, get Bob or myself or whoever your team leader is on the phone. We'll get Jake plugged in. If you've got that guy or gal that may be influential in another country, let's get it going. All right. Let's see if there's anything else here I really have to talk about. On the platinum package, back to those 7 days, 7-night, 8-day, I can never say that right. If you're platinum, $100 activation fee. Gold, $100 activation fee. You pay the taxes and the resort fees. If it's silver, we'll talk about that down the road. I don't think right now there's any possibility silvers are getting to go on those trips, but you can get your silvers to upgrade to gold by getting them to 4 that are also gold, and then telling them to upgrade their membership and start counting toward that gold. That's another carrot you can stick out there in front of your people that come in at silver to get them moving along. And also, by the way, depending on what you pick, you can have up to 4 people on most of these trips. There's usually at least a full bed room and then a pull-out sleeper sofa. Sometimes it's 2 bedrooms, sometimes it's 1 bedroom and a sleeper, whatever. So you can actually split that cost with somebody if you want to go on those trips, the $500, wherever it was, for taxes and resort fees. And Alex's sister is somebody, I've talked about this before. She does timeshare sales in Las Vegas, but she works for a company that takes that inventory, the same inventory we have access to for our membership, and they charge $7,500 as an upfront charge to participate in that. And once you've paid that, you still have to pay the resort fees and the taxes and a booking fee when you book it. They do that $7,500 for each membership for the sign up for it, and they're making $3 million a month signing new people up in that. That's their new sales, $3 million a month. Mind-boggling number to me, and we have access to that at our whopping $250 membership and the $192 a month if you have the affiliate tag on it. I think that pretty much is going to cover everything that I needed to talk about here, except for one. I just remember one last thing. We didn't talk much about it. I don't want to put it back on the screen right now. I think you guys have all seen it. Actually, let me put it back on the screen. Better safe than sorry. Give me just a second. Comp plan. There it is. Whoop, dink. Come on, you go. What is happening here? Bob, never mind. I think I figured it out.
You want me to share?
Hang on one second. I think I just figured it out. Maybe. From current slide. I, for some reason, can't share to my other screen right now. I don't know why. If you have the comp plan handy, can you go ahead and throw that up on the screen? Something happened here. My computer is not. Oh, there it is. Oh, I know why. It's because Alex is still sitting on the screen.
There you go.
Let me get out of that. That's going to help a bunch. There we go. All right. So backing up to the compensation plan. Nope, he won't go off the screen. He will just not go away. One more. There, I got it. Thank you. All right, now I got to share it. Man, I love this new Zoom platform. Where did my share screen option go? All right, Bob, if you can share it, share it.
Okay.
It's buried my share screen someplace, or my shareability somewhere.
Let me get into ELYT.
Take your time. Again, if you guys got to go, we'll get this to you.
No, don't run. You want to hang around for at least 3
The rest
minutes.
of this, yeah, the rest of this is real important. All right, Bob, you're sharing.
You want the one-page comp plan?
That just the one page. Great, perfect. Thank you so much. Let me know when that's on the screen. I can't see it anymore because I'm looking at my notes again.
Okay,
All right, I see it there. Fantastic. All right, so let's down look at the bottom there, bottom left-hand corner of the screen. It talks about the credit legend. Platinum 1, gold 0.5, silver 0.25. All right. Bob and I are going to do a full-blown compensation plan training either next Saturday or the following. I am traveling next Saturday, so I may be doing this on my iPad from the road. But we'll figure that out, so pay attention to the band app. If you guys are not in my band app, get yourself in it. I know other team leaders like Danny Clements and a couple others have their own band. I can't make sure everybody gets a knowledge of everything going on, but this is going to be a huge training when we do it. So as of June 2nd, it's sales, it's not sales, it's credits. So we want to stop talking about I got somebody in my organization, because the somebody, if they're a platinum, is a whole credit. But if they're a gold, they're a half a credit. And if they're a silver, they're a quarter credit. Okay. So when you're looking at the numbers that are on the screen there with the total active enroller credits, it's important that we all start talking this language too. So use the right terms. We used to talk about personal enrolled. Don't say that anymore. Talk about total active enroller credits. These are the ones that your enrollment link was used and you've placed them direct left or right of you. More on that later. So if you've enrolled 4 golds and put them on your left, you don't have 4, you have 2, because they're only worth a half a credit each. If you have 6 platinums, those are a quarter each, so that's 1.5. And if you put all 6, I'm sorry, I said platinums,
No,
6
six
silvers,
silver.
they're all a quarter point each, so or a quarter credit each. So you'd have 1.5 credits. If you put them all on your right, you'd have 2 on your left and 1.5 on your right. You qualify as a builder. Okay, I hope that's clear. You guys need to understand the math on this. It's multiplying by either 2 or 4, one or the other. So if the qualifications are 2 and 1 as a platinum, you need 2 and 1. If the qualifications are 2 and 1 as a builder, and you're looking at golds, you multiply by 2, so 4 and 2. Okay, same thing with silver. You're going to multiply by 4, so 8 and 4. All right, hope that makes sense. All right, minimum customer credit needed. As far as that we covered that, we'll talk about product credits now. Same exact computations. Okay, so the 6 and 6, or the 3 and 3, I should say, for builder. Again, for platinum, you need 3 left, 3 right. If you're golds, if they're all golds, you need to get double that number, so it's 6 and 6, or it's 12 and 12 if they're the silvers. All right, so make sure you guys understand how to do the math on that. If you're at 2.75 on the left and 3,900 on the right, you're not going to get an exception made on your pay. You're going to get paid based on the full count that's there. And we'll do back office training next week as well. DJ, as I said, recorded a 10-minute thing for me. I was hoping to play today, but this was just way too much to go through all in one shot. We'll figure out a way to get that to you guys soon. All right, here is another big shift on the get 4 and pay no more. You guys gotta get this down. So right now, the question is, let me ask it exactly the way that they did yesterday. Well, if one of my members enrolls 4 and gets to pay no more, do they still count? Right? Because the way the comp plan works is you get paid only on people that are making payments. That makes sense. So with the get 4, pay no more, you have to understand. I'll use my wife, Julianne, is enrolled directly underneath me. So if Julianne gets her 4, Julianne pays no more. Well, she still counts, I should say, as one of my total active enroller credits. The 2 on my left or 1 on my right for qualification. Even though she's not paying, she counts for total active enroller credits, but she no longer counts towards my product credits. Product credits are only counted on people that are paying. Well, everybody was freaking out. Well, it's not a big deal. Here's why. When I put Julianne in, she was 1. So when she gets the next one, she's 2 on my right side, then 3 on my right side, then 4 on my right side when she enrolls her 3rd person at the same level, platinum, let's say. Well, when she gets the 4th one, there's now 5. That month, I get 5. The next month going forward, she no longer has to pay anymore, so her credit goes away. I now have 4. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? So there's no stress here because you went from having 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 again. All right. That's the goal. That's how this multiplies down the way we talked about. So you don't have to go get another personal enrollment to be total active enroller credit qualified. She doesn't, she still counts as that. She just doesn't count in my left right volume anymore because the 4 that came up underneath her are now what's being counted. She's not, because she's not paying. Okay. I think that is the last thing I want to talk about. They did talk about the EQV a little bit more. I don't think we need to get too stressed out about that at this moment. You guys need to focus on the pay more, or sorry, the get for, pay no more for everybody underneath you. That frenzy bonus that's in effect from from June 2 to June 30th. These are keep the main things, and go drill into that. And with that, I will stop and take any questions that you guys may have.
Whoa. Wait, hey, I want to make a couple of comments, Todd.
Okay. I was going to give you the floor after the questions on that, but go ahead.
No, yeah, I should do the Q&A afterward. Because this is an information field Zoom here. And you got hit with a lot of facts, a lot of information. And there's one thing in all my years of doing network marketing, and I've learned one thing. Facts tell, stories sell. And so you need this information, you need to understand it, and you need to be able to answer questions. But remember, when you can't answer questions, that's what you have Todd and me and Jake for, okay? The whole thing is you shouldn't be trying to answer the questions.
Amen.
Unless you absolutely know them by heart and don't stumble with it, don't hesitate with it. Your job is to get your leadership team, because then your people see they don't have to learn all the facts. They don't have to know all this stuff because you didn't know all this stuff and you hooked them up and you got answers and they're going to be part of that team. So here's what I want. Here's what I want everybody to focus on. Ground floor. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to match to what I teach my Bob Reid Success System. Each one of you on this screen, if you're not here 2 years from now, you weren't serious in the first place. You didn't make a commitment to you, your family, yourself, your team. You didn't make a commitment of 10 hours, minimum 10 hours a week. That's all I ever ask anybody to do. And then it's the job description. You got to learn the skills, attitudes, and techniques. They're all the same. Many of you have been with me for years. You've learned the skills, attitudes, and techniques. Now it's time to employ them. And now you've got the single greatest binary pay plan that's ever been in the history of this industry of network marketing, and I can attest to that. And this is what Alex is so excited about, is because you got a product that everybody wants. Maybe they don't think they can afford it, but now we have a vehicle that they can afford it. So I want you to pick up on the language that I'm using. Now they can do the things they never thought they could do because of this vehicle. And we're going to provide them the vehicle. And this is how it works. Don't get lost in all the deadgum details about the ELYT trip and the trip at the end of the year. This is opportunity. And so what I want you to focus on is what I focus on. Getting your top 25 down on the list, prospecting them, getting them to a Zoom meeting, getting them to either the ELYT Zoom meeting, that there's one done all the time. So we got resources. We don't, or get them a recording. Oh, Todd's got a slide there. We're going to have another record. I'm still using the last one when I send a presentation out. And I suggest y'all use the last one that Todd did. The link is right there on our band app. And then when you get somebody in, you got to get them directly on the band app and directly on the ELYT Telegram channel. Well, the link is now in the back office, thank God. Okay, so we got that one. But we individually have to get everybody on the band app. And I've been trying to go through every time I see somebody come in the organization, I personally go and send them a link so they can join it. And you need to be on ours. Even Danny, your people on yours, I want you to have your team. You know that. But everybody on your team needs to be on this one. So they need to be on both. So they need to see what's happening here and what's happening in your group. This is the way you build huge teams. It's called teamwork. So here's what I want you to do. This is Bob speaking to you. If you really want to get there, if you want that trip you don't pay for except for a little bit of taxes, maybe every year, or a choice of going to either the Elite VIP trip or one of the other trips that you get to select from, let's go get your 4. Now let's do it by June 30th. If we do it by June 30th, you got $350 in your pocket. Okay? So now you pay no more. And those 4, as Todd just did, pay no more. You don't count for my or Todd or anybody above us as a credit of paying credit. But guess what? Your 4 counts as paying credits for you and us. Okay? But here's that duplication factor. So I know Todd doesn't do math quick in his head. That's all right.
I do. I play with that.
But here's what I'm going to do, because I've been doing it for so many years by 2, but now we're doing it by 4, y'all. So first month, you go get your 4. Okay, you got your 4. Now you're multiplying by 4. So the second month, you got 16. The third month, you got 64. Fourth month, you got 256. The fifth month, you got 1,024. The sixth month, you got 4,096. And the seventh month, you got 16,000 plus. Now, here's the key. We've always built by building 2. We're going to build by 4, everybody, because it's 4 and pay no more. And get that down. 4 and pay no more. 4 and pay no more. Make that something that everybody hears out of your mouth all the time with your prospect. 4 and pay no more. We get to take trips. Unbelievable. And if we're not paying anymore, basically, we got a trip paid for and we get 1099 tax benefits. And that is the key. And then we're going to leapfrog over. And just like leapfrog, you just got introduced to 4 people, new people. Maybe you don't even know them, because you help that person get their 4. You know all 4 of the 2 of those 4 at least will be interested in getting their 4 and pay no more. So you leapfrog over, you work with those, you show that person how to do it. Now they need to be engaged and watching how to do it. Otherwise they're not going to learn. But then when you leapfrog over there, because you're going to help 4 more, get 4 more, you got 8 people to choose from the next time. And then you work with 2. I mean, you can only work with so many people at a time. And so I always choose 2. And at next level, I got more than that, because I got 32 now in this program. So I got 32 people to pick out of who wants to go to work quizzes and get their 4, pay no more. And you learn how to leapfrog through your group. Don't spend all your time trying to support and help those that got 1,001 questions. Let that be done in the training programs. You leapfrog. If you want to build and you want to climb that ladder in that comp plan, you got to leapfrog, and you got to be the leader. You got to be the driver. You got to be the person going down. And then you got Todd and I and Jake to depend on until you get to where you want. And then you're doing it for your entire group. And then you become part of the dependent group to help those others as we multiply. And I truly believe, I had a long talk with Jake this morning. I truly believe, like Jake said, and like Alex said, I think we're going to be the biggest leg in this entire company. Okay. because I got a system that is proven over and over and over that works. I built the two largest organizations in two companies by the same Bob Reid success system. And if you're not teaching it, it can't be duplicated. And the reason it works so well is it requires commitment, and it requires that personal development. And y'all know in that job description, those 5 points on that job description, that's where that personal development, because that fourth thing is you're supposed to be watching a video to improve your skills every day. Jim Rohn is free. I paid thousands of dollars for all of his training and books and courses and seminars that I attended. He is free online. There's nobody better than Jim Rohn. No one, I'm telling you, not for your personal skills development. He's quoted throughout this industry by all the greatest anyway, because he is the greatest of the greatest. Now, I've read all of Og Mandino's books. I've read all of Robert Schuller's books and training. I've read all the greats, and you should too in time. But there's one book that's the greatest training book of all for leadership. And I ask you to do it in my job description. Spend 15 minutes a day with the greatest book of all, the Bible. Only 15 minutes every day. Do you know in 2 years, 15 minutes a day, you've read through the whole Bible, and you get the greatest leadership training, because Jim Rohn, Robert Schuller, Og Mandino, all the greats tell you everything they learned was right there in that book. Guys and gals, this is your opportunity of a lifetime. Don't let this one slip through your finger. Heck, I'm 70 now. I'll be 80 this year. I'm working. I'm doing what I teach right now. I just enrolled 3 people. I'm going to enroll more. I want y'all to enroll at least your 5 on your left and your 5 on your right. And we're here to help you do it. This is a phenomenal opportunity, and you can make money quick if you look at PlayPal and you look at the bonuses that you get. That $50 and $25 fast start, that's extra cash coming in. So let's get it done. Let's just take action. Just do it. Back at you, Todd.
Thank you. All right, guys, I got one housekeeping thing we got to address, and then I'll do the Q&A. This is really important. As I mentioned, I'm plugged directly into Jake. Bob is as well, but I'm your guy. So when you've got a problem with your personal membership or one of your enrollments personal memberships, there is a very, very, very specific process to fix this. The first thing you have to do is go in your back office. Down the bottom right-hand corner, there's a little button. It's the AI chat engine. You need to put your problem there, your question, your concern, whatever it is. You have to start there. There is no other option there. You can call Bob, you can call the Choir Box, you can call Ron Kitchens, you can call the Clements and complain about it and kibitz about it. That's fine. But nothing can be done to fix it by any of us until you've started with that chat bot. Okay? Yes, it's AI. It's learning. The more we use it, the better it's going to get. It is getting much better already. Also, I don't know if this was talked about on the call we were on yesterday or another one. They now have a full-blown support AI that's working telephone support. And they've given me and 2 other people the ability to call and try and break it. So Jake, DJ, and I are the 3 that are trying to break this thing. So when I'm driving around, I get on this phone number and I ask question after question after question after question, trying to get her to mess up. And every time she messes up, I'm logging it and sending an email in, and DJ is programming, having the back office of that be programmed. Okay, I need you guys to understand something. None of us probably really, unless you're like Danny's age or younger, none of us probably really love this AI crap. Okay, it's weird, it's different, it feels like we're talking in the Jetsons or whatever, which none of us ever thought we'd see flying cars and robots taking care of our problems, but they are now. So if you guys don't know this, AI is going to take over every company's support probably in the next 12 months. You will never call and speak to a live human being again anywhere, receptionist or support. They're going away. because it can be done for free with the chat, with the bot, right? So please just adopt this now and don't kick and scream about it and throw your hands up and be pissed at me. I'm not the one that made the decision, but I can tell you guys, if they had to hire 6 customer support people to do the job that this chatbot's doing, we wouldn't have the payouts that we have. They're working the best they can to run the operations of this company as thin as they possibly can so that payouts can be the biggest to you and me, which is why we're all here. So, as lovingly as I can say it, if you don't like AI, get over it. It is here to stay. It is going nowhere. All right. Thank you for your attention to that. So, start with the chatbot. Once that's happened, I'm not your next point of contact. Your next point of contact is sit and wait. For 12 to 24 hours is what I'm going to ask you to wait. For them to reply back, right there in the chat bot, they're going to reply back. If it gets stuck, it's going to actually open a ticket in that moment with the support team. There are human beings. Keisha I know her well now. We've been working on a lot of issues over the last 3 months. She's the gal solving the problems. She's the head of support. So Keisha is going to get back to you and or me with the response to those things. So once you've submitted something, if it's gone nowhere for, say, 24 hours, then there's one approach to me. Please hear me. It is not call me. It is not text me. All I'm going to tell you, I'll listen to your story. I'll read your text message. But I'm going to reply back. I need you to put that in the chat box. Have you done that? If you say yes, we'll take step 2. If you say no, I'm going to tell you to go do that. So once you've done that, step 2 is to email me exactly what your problem is. You have to have 3 things in there. Have to. Not negotiable. You have to have your name as it's enrolled in ELYT so they can find you. You have to have your phone number as it's enrolled to ELYT so somebody can call you if we need something done on the phone. 3, there's 4 things. Has to have your email address that you enrolled in ELYT so they can locate that as well and email you back with a response. Number 4, it has to have your member ID. I'm number 2589. Bob is number 33 something or another. Whatever your number is, make sure your number's there. If you're submitting that ticket on behalf of a new person that doesn't have a number, the answer is you don't need to put the number in there. You tried to enroll somebody and something went sideways. You don't know the number yet. They don't have a membership. So give me yours and say, I'm Danny Clements. Here's my number. Here's my email. Here's my phone number in the email. Okay? Then I will take whatever and write it succinctly. I'm gonna say this lovingly too. Give me the facts and leave out the emotions. All the bad words don't help when I send that in. It doesn't look professional. Okay? All the pomp and circumstance and the pearl clutching also doesn't help anything. Keep it to the point. Okay? Last but not least on this, I've had some fun I'm going to talk to you guys about. When I say succinctly described, I've got novels, 19 text messages in a row. I love you guys, but I do not have the patience or the time to take every one of your 19 messages and rewrite them in an email, and I'm not going to do it. I'm going to help you guys help yourselves by making you do that. Okay? Short and sweet, pictures if they apply, email it to me. My email's in the chat channel. All right? I've had a couple fun ones. I got one the other day. It came from like Bubba's Kitty at AOL.com. I have no idea who Bubba is or who I know that owns a kitty. Okay? But there's no name, no phone number, no account number. And guess what else there's not? Pretty much any story. I got a picture of their back office. And I guess they expect me to kind of try and figure out what they need help with. I can't. I can't read minds. And even if I could figure out what the picture is about or if it was a great story, I don't know who to talk to about it because I didn't have a phone number. There's an email I can reply back to, but I don't want to have to reply back, who are you? That's a little silly, right? So give me all the details. And then I will jump in and trust me, I will rattle Keisha's cage until she gets back to me on it. And if she doesn't in about a couple of hours give me a response, all I do is ping Jake and say, I need help with this one on Keisha. Jake, DJ, whoever is jumping in to make sure that happens. I think that's it on that topic. I don't like talking about yucky stuff like that, but man, I'm sucking water through a fire hose. So is Bob Reid right now. So are the quarterbacks. So is Danny. I know we're all very amped up. And we all want to be doing really one thing, prospecting, getting in front of us, getting people in front of your leader. That's how we're all going to make money. And I just want to say this. I'm not looking for any sympathy or applause or pats on my back or anything like that. Last night, I went to bed at 4 a.m. and I got up at 7:45. I was up until 4 a.m. working on the slide deck for today and some of the notes, listening again, rereading and whatever. We're working our tails off because we love you guys. And if you can just do whatever you can to help that, be a minimal amount of stress when I got to transfer something from your brain, from a text message into an email off to support, it's going to help probably more than anything. All right. I'm going to do three things here. I haven't really ever done this before. As we're wrapping up, people are dropping off. Thank you so much for being here. If you got to go, go. I've said everything I need to today, but I wanted to call real quick on, are the quarterbacks still here? Either one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are they? There we
They're
are.
down on the
David,
screen.
can you or Nicole hop off mute real quick? Maybe. Maybe they're away from their computer at the moment. All right. Well, while they're doing that, Danny, will you pop off for a sec real quick?
Sure.
Danny, how you doing, buddy?
Doing well. How you guys?
I'm great. I was just curious from your perspective, what are you loving and what do we need to improve in this team so that we can be better?
To be honest with you, I don't have any complaints. I love what you and Bob are doing. I've sat under Bob's mentorship for over 2 decades now, and the truth of the matter is that the systems that you all put in place, they work, right? If we work the system will do what it's supposed to do, and we'll see true success. What I see often is that we don't work a system, but then we blame the system, say it doesn't work, right? And we're frustrated. We're not where we want to be, and that's really the truth. I mean, I'm down to the point. Todd, I told you yesterday. I don't even do a presentation. It's not because I can't, but it's not duplicatable. I pull up a meeting. I press play on your presentation that you've already recorded. Our prospects sit in front of that recording. We answer questions and we get people enrolled. So I just love what y'all are doing. I appreciate what you guys do, and I'm just excited. I agree. This will be the top team in this company, and I will also be one of the top earners. Please don't misunderstand me. It's just I'm that excited, and I've been in business a long time, and I'd be foolish not to take advantage of this. And my goal is to be a top earner in this company myself. So I just appreciate you guys.
Fantastic. Thank you for that.
Hey, Todd.
Yes.
This is Ron Kitchen.
You were my next call. Ron, what's going on? What do you got for me?
Well, one thing that I like to tell people when they first jump on the board is, you have to stay around the campfire. It doesn't do any good to sign somebody up and then leave them out on a limb. But the thing is, you have to tell people you have to be coachable and teachable. And the other thing that I add to that, which I think is important, you have to be fun to work with. Because if you can put all those things together, you got the ingredients, if you will, of a very successful chance of moving forward in a big way.
Right. Absolutely true. Thank you for that. That's a great. What, Bob?
We're here. David and Nicole got their mic off now.
Oh, whichever one of you's got your mic off. The same question I asked Danny. First of all, before I say that, I got to recognize these two. They were in Jamaica with us. I never really spent, I think I bumped into them and said hi a couple times along the way at events and stuff in the past, but I never got to really spend time with them. I had good conversations with both of them. Not enough because that trip was fast. But guys, they're the top ranking group, and the top ranking person in this room is them. Right? I think Bob and I are both at Innovator. They're at Innovator Pro. I don't think anybody outranks them. I think they're the only one of those I have right now. If I missed you, I apologize. But so if you're looking for success, right now my hands are in I'm in the garden still trying to work on the roots of this organization with them. Trust me, I'm coming. Keep your eyes open. But Bob has been working his butt off, but the Quarterbox they're doing the right things. So last week, I think it was on Tuesday night, this previous week, the night before launch, they had a pre-launch party at their house. How many people did you guys end up having there?
I think we had about 40, maybe a few more, right around 40, I would say.
Perfect. And they piped me and Bob and let me do grammar right there. They popped Bob, Jake, and I into that meeting, and we had just a great time of watching what they were doing there. They were sharing pictures before, so they set up a pool party at their house. If you don't have a pool, have a grass party or some other kind of party. But they set up some tables. They catered some food, or maybe Nicole prepared all that, or maybe David. I don't know. And they had some alcohol there. I think they had some fun. I'm telling you guys, they're creating the exact culture and they're going from meeting to meeting in Dallas or wherever they live in Texas.
San
Bob's
Antonio.
been out, San Antonio, thank you. Bob's been out there once. Jake was there. They're going again next month. They aren't exclusive. They're not, there's no agreement with ELYT that we're only going to go do those events with them. You guys need to start thinking about planning your own gatherings, whether it's weekly events in your homes. But Nicole, what really has been the success for you guys that's got you growing so fast already with ELYT?
Gosh, there's lots of things, but I think that just the way that the compensation is set up and this get for and pay no more, I mean, it's instant gratification. It's genius, and that's the thing that we're most excited about because thinking about back what was said, we have this event coming up on the 20th, and if everybody gets their four and they all bring their four to that event, it's gonna triple the size of the last one that we had. So I'm very excited about just that whole concept. I don't know that I've ever been in any compensation plan that had that kind of incentive. So that's what I'm super excited about. We do a lot of campfire stuff. What Ron was talking about. We do stay together as a team, and when we heard about this, we all jumped on board as a team.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. They were able to turn the camera around the other night. David did and shared that party. And, I look at that. That is the exact thing we need replication on here as you guys engaging in your local community. Julianne and I are traveling. We're gone. I think we're home 8 days in the month of June, right, babe?
Yep.
And then between now and like September, we're home a week to 10 days every week. We're about to embark on about 9 different either states or countries around the United States, the world for that matter. And we're excited to go build globally. But we're going to try and start having at least a once a month thing in our home. And Haley Rhodes, our youngest, is going to help coordinate that. We've already got a couple people in our local community that have joined. So we're in the middle of nowhere. And if we can build here, you can build wherever you are. And I mean nowhere. I see cornfields everywhere I look, or cotton as far as I can see. So if we can find ways to grow in our community, I know you guys can too. But I want you to understand, you don't have to do anything great, like Danny said. Get the people together, feed them, water them, and then play a little video at the end. You push play. And Danny said this the other day. It's so critical. Whether it's a prospect one-on-one that you push play and they watched me, or the Alex Morton video, or whatever you're going to use. I don't care which thing you use to expose somebody to ELYT. At the end, you ask one question. I'll say it differently. At the end of this, is there anybody sitting out there going, Judas Priest, I could never do what Todd just did today? Probably a bunch of you, right? and there's no harm in that. You can't duplicate that. So someone watching me do this would say, man, I can never be like that. Well, I actually shoot myself in the foot when I do these this way. Because if all I did was got Bob on the phone, or I'll pick on somebody else, I use Armina. I get Armina on the phone and say, hey, I want you to do me a favor. I'm shooting you over a video right now. I want to stay on the phone and listen through that with you because I got a couple things I'd like to interject. Could you just push play when that comes on your phone? Just click it on your phone right now. Good. So you sit there and you go through that. At the end of it, Armina, are you interested? Yes. Great. Let's go ahead and get enrolled. If they say, no, I could never do that. But Armina, you just push play. You can't just send that video on to a prospect and then send them back to me like I'm going to do with you, sending you up to Todd. That duplication is so simple, right? That's where you're going to get your 4 to pay no more and be able to exponentiate that, as Bob always says, down. And now, again, we're not going up 2 at a time. We're going up 4 at a time. This can explode, you guys. Plug them into the meetings that the ELYT's doing. I'm going to make sure the band app is updated with all those things. But here's the last thing I'm going to say as I wrap up. I'll give Bob the floor to finalize this. So Julianne and I are going through this personal journey ourselves. We had a financial hurt when the company we were at before made the change that they made. It pained us. Bob was in the same boat. Many of you were in the same boat. Put your heart and soul into trying to get $250 or $400, $500 a month, and you were doing things and you were happy. And now we have a better opportunity. But Julianne and I have been funding the help of a lot of people for a long, long time. And we're now getting very serious about our personal development, getting our vision board put together, working on writing out our goals, doing the things in the morning. There's a great book that Julianne's going to talk about, maybe not today, another day, called the Miracle Morning. That Miracle Morning talks about the first 30 minutes of every day, set the tone for success for the whole rest of your day. It's a great, I haven't read the book yet, so I can't say that. I've listened to the guy who wrote the book talk about the book. His concept is on point. So both have a copy of the book. We're going to start working on that. But here's what I'm getting at. Personal development is the most important thing you're going to do. Even more important, Bob, don't hit me, even more important than prospecting 25 people a day. Personal development has to be where it starts because until you get your mind right, you're not going to get your approach right. You're not going to get your finances right. You're not going to get your health right. And you guys, most of you know me. I'm 6'3" and 250 pounds. Not exactly Arnold Schwarzenegger's physique at this point in time. So I'm looking at myself and saying, guys, as your leader, I got to do better with me. And I'm going to do that. And if you're looking to be in a group of people all trying to move in the same direction, what Bob and I and Jake are trying to do is take each and every one of you, find the leader you can be, and give you all the resources to help. So here's how we're going to do that. I'm doing all the things you're seeing right now. Julianne is sort of heading up all of this personal development, team communication. We're trying to work on some systems to create duplication. We hired a company a week ago Monday, and we wrote them, actually two companies, they're tandem with each other with what we're doing. We wrote a commitment of $30,000 this year, next 12 months, to build a system that's replicatable, duplicatable, that's built on personal development, business development, how to prospect, how to reply, all the things, social media, and there's all kinds of stuff going on with us that we're going to have people pouring into us, and then we're going to turn around and give for free to you because we want you all to win. So Julianne, I would like you to just chime in real quick on your thoughts on whatever the part you're doing, what you want to do, how you want to accomplish that.
So if you guys are on our team, we have a purpose of making sure you do this personal development because we truly believe that if you do that first and foremost and you get your head in the right space, your heart in the right space, everything else will line up. And nothing's going to work to your advantage if you don't. So just in a very short time, we quickly realized that listening to some of these people like Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, Bob Proctor, we've been listening to them every day. We listen to someone. Alex Morton said at Traincation, something I won't forget, that when he had Bob Proctor as his mentor, he didn't know what he had. He was a young guy and he didn't know who Bob was. So he learned from him and him being so young to be so successful. And he's only 36 and he started at 17, 18 years old. So if he can do that, we all can do that. And I realized that if we get our head in the right place and learn these techniques and this is spiritual, it's mental, it's emotional, it's physical, all of it. It all works together. So I have a heart to help people do that and get there. So I've just decided to take that role that I would make a step-by-step process on how to do these things and get you guys in a good headspace so that you can be successful because there's absolutely no reason why you can't have everything you want. So if you're on our team, we have a mission to make sure you get to that step, and we're going to be texting it, or I will be texting and emailing assignments for you. They are not negotiable for your success. You don't have to do them, but if you want to succeed, and you will if you follow what all these leaders have said all these years. Some of these people are even back to like the 30s talking about how to be successful. Napoleon Hill, he's one of the most famous ones. They can't all be wrong. And they're basically saying the same thing. And these people have been very successful and have taught a lot of other people to be very successful. So that's our mission, is to help you guys get what you want. Whatever that is, you make your goal list, you write your dreams down, they will come to fruition if you follow this process. So that's my goal, is to do that for you guys. So you'll be getting texts and emails from me, and we want your commitment. So if you are willing to invest in you, we will invest in you. And we want to put our time into people who want to do that. And if you don't want to do that, that's fine.
You're still
But
welcome here. You just
you're
won't be.
still welcome here. Yes, you're just kind of gonna be out in left field and on your own. You won't succeed as quickly. You're still on the team, but we really, really want to make that clear that it is important for you to get your head and your heart in the right space first. So expect some text and emails from me coming in the next few weeks or so. I'm trying to get a whole program together so that it can flow smoothly.
We start our onboarding with this coaching company on Monday. It's the first thing we're doing when we get set up out in California. We leave on tomorrow morning very early. We're gone for 2 weeks, but we're going to work throughout that 2 weeks while we're gone. And that process is going to start being developed by them. They're going to give us some, and all of this lays in perfect with Bob Reid's plan. To give us 2 years to commit to learn the business and 3 years to grow a substantial residual income. All the things from his success path that he's taught for years. This is just going to be an augmentation of that with a couple of new flares, because there's some social media in there and a couple other things. Bob said the other day, Todd, I'll teach you this, you teach me that. We're going to work all together as a team. And Julianne was talking to somebody, I think earlier today, or maybe it was yesterday, and this will be my last thought. In the conversation, she had an epiphany that for the last couple of years, a lot of great things have happened in our life. We won't lie. But we've gone through a stretch now for about the last maybe 9 or 10 months, maybe a year, where it seems like we keep, babe, I think you used the phrase bumping into walls and God's
Yeah.
closing doors and just things aren't naturally happening. And then what happened, Julianne?
So we started listening to some of these people, the Napoleon Hills and Bob Proctors. And I'm telling
John
you,
Maxwell's, Jim Rohn's. I mean, it's like Bob
yes.
said, there's a plethora of great, Alex Morton. There's a plethora of great stuff out there. Go ahead.
Yeah. And Alex said, if you make the excuse that you just don't have time to listen to things like that, he said, you go to the bathroom, don't you? Listen when you're on the toilet. He said, you eat, don't you? Put an earbud in. Like, there's times if you want to make excuses, you can, but there are ways for you to get in, even if it's just 5 minutes here and there. Anyway, we started listening to some of these um, inf- influencers, motivational speakers. And it was no time. I mean, just a few days we started doing this. And because of how this works with, it's called the law of attraction, whatever you think, whatever you speak, whatever you dream of, like literally close your eyes and dream of and see and envision, those things are drawn to you. And your brain constantly is looking for proof of your thoughts. And I told Todd, it feels like the whole world just kind of turned around and started running towards us and was like looking for a big hug. And it's like, wow, where are these people coming from? And just things keep happening. And it's beautiful. So I became very motivated by that and thought, man, this is what we need to do for everyone on our team. If they can catch this vision and see that this really works, it will be good for everyone. And they won't have to work so hard to just make things barely get by, like scrape to get by. Nobody needs to be living like that. It's not wrong to be blessed and have things. Your mindset has to change.
Sure does. All right. I want to say one last thing on that, talking about not being able to find time to do personal development is really the biggest excuse that I've ever made. I'm just going to be really transparent with you guys. I have made excuse day after day after day to not have something in my ear, something playing in the background, the television on. I want to watch football on Sundays when it's football season. That's 3 hours of useless, no development for me. Is it fun? Do I enjoy it? Yes. But I'm literally shooting my future Todd in the foot when I'm sitting watching television. So here's something that I got convicted of. Julianne will tell you, And my daughter Haley Rhodes, our daughter Haley Rhodes is probably going to smack me seriously when she sees me the next time. Haley Rhodes, I'm not directing this at you specifically because I got convicted about this. I think it was Jim Rohn we were listening to was talking about the things that we input into ourselves and whether it's building us up and moving us into a better place or taking us the other direct or holding us steady, right? You can just get kind of, this is my norm and I don't want to grow. It's all fine. If you don't want to grow, don't grow. It's cool. But one of the people the other day said, I decided to give up music. I love music. When we're in the car, I got my XM radio cranking, listening to the oldies, listening to the 70s, listening to the 90s. I love to have music on. When I'm making dinner in the kitchen or cooking out on the grill, I've got my music playing. I love it. But guess what? An hour of Jim Rohn or an hour of listening to Sweating with the Oldies, very different trajectory for the rest of my day. So what did I do yesterday? I put my money literally where my mouth is, and I called XM radio, which I have on every device, every car, everything, and I canceled it. Because I don't even want to be tempted to listen to it for the next season. That doesn't mean I'm never going to listen to music again, but I made a decision that I'm going to invest in myself. Because you know why? I got sick and freaking tired of being sick and freaking tired. Time to change. All right, Bob, roll us out of here. We got a few more minutes.
Well, I'm really glad you shared that with everyone because I want everybody to understand. Look, I'm 79, I'll be 80. Y'all have heard me say that many times. That's why I wanted Todd and Julianne to be the team leaders. I'm the coach now, okay? I'm not the team leader here. Todd and Julianne are. And that's why everything goes through Todd. They get to talk. He's got a system. But they're bringing what I call 21st century network marketing here. And we've got to have the right system to duplicate for the future so that we have a business that continues to duplicate. And their commitment to personal development right now is one of the other major reasons, because everyone that knows me through two companies, you know how much I taught that. All my book lists. You know that I spent tens of thousands of dollars way back in the 90s to read or hear, and I listened to cassette tapes, then CDs of, and I've read every book of Napoleon Hill, either read it or listened to it. Every book of Robert Schuller. Now here's a great that y'all haven't mentioned that is one of the greatest. Okay. Og Mandino, Zig Ziglar, John Kalish, John Maxwell. I can go on and on and on. But had I not had that input, I could have never, ever succeeded and built two of the largest organizations in the companies that I was with. Never. And then I told everyone, not everyone is committed. Everybody finds those excuses that Todd and Julian just talked about, and I've talked about for years. But what I did is I summarized into 7 little pieces of paper, Bob Reid's Success System, which tells everybody exactly what they need to do to build, the commitment they need to make, and try even at the lowest level to get you in the job description to read that Bible 15 minutes a day. And how do I tell you to start off your day? It's that 6 piece of paper, Attitude, by another great, Charles Swindoll. Put it on your mirror. Put it on your kitchen door. Don't start your day without reading it. It's what you input into here is what you do for the rest of the day. If you don't have that mindset of a positive attitude and life is going to hit you, but we're in control of our attitude, if you don't have that mindset, then you develop all these excuses, all these reasons why not. So if anything, they're spending the money on the newer coaches. Now they're experienced, but they're all going to relate to the positive, all the leaders that I learned from all my life.
100%. Mark
And
has said it,
that's what
guys.
they're doing. And then they're going to bring it to the team. See, I can't do this anymore. I just can't do it anymore. I am the coach. I'm Todd and Julianne's coach. And I hope they continue to look at me that way. And every time I spent some really a couple of really good quality time with Alex. Also, what happened with Alex? And every time he calls me, and you notice on a couple of calls and things, he says, Bob Reid. Well, he knows me and my background. He knows. But every time he says that, I say back to him, yeah, I may be a master or be called a master in this industry because of the achievements our team achieved, not me, our team. It's never been about me. It's always about a team. And if you work together as a team, you're going to succeed beyond what any one of us individually could do. But I call him the great, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, because he deserves it. He's young. Look at his achievement record and what he's gone through. We have the right everything together, and you've got the mindset and heart with Todd and Julianne Collins as the team leaders for us in this team. Todd sponsored me. I didn't sponsor Todd. And so I look to each and every one of you to do the development, try and get it, do as much as you can with what they're going to provide to you, because it's going to improve your life. It's going to improve the person that you are. It's going to change your whole lifestyle. It's going to change your relationship with your spouses. I'm telling you, it will. It changed ours tremendously. And it's going to change the influence of what you do with your children. And that's one of the greatest things I think that came out of this with us is I was always available. My children, when I got into network marketing in 91, they were 9 and 7. And then when I quit in 94 and did it full time, they were 10 and 12. Dad was always at home. They went with us everywhere. They got to hear Dad train, just like Danny's Tiffany got to hear me and it changed her life. It's changed Danny and Tiffany's life because it gives them that vision that you don't have to always be in a job just over broke. You don't always have to work for somebody that you're never in control of anyway. Circumstances and other influences and environment and social and political, that always controls that. But we're in the greatest of all industries, network marketing. There is none better. Miniature franchising. All you have to do is improve yourself, learn the skills, attitudes, and techniques, and be at the right place at the right time with the right company in the right market and the right conditions. And there is no better binary comp plan in this whole industry. I can attest to that. Yes, and everybody knows that. And we got the greatest, I believe, like Alex does. And I think that's why he's challenged this team. He basically has said that, and so has Jay. Look at the talent we have already with just a handful of us coming together. We already know each other. We already work with each other. And now we've got the greatest of all opportunities in front of us and can travel and see the world together and enjoy it and have fun. And it doesn't cost us anything. And pay no more It can't get any better. Todd, I can't say any more to help motivate. And I hope you share this recorded video with everyone on your future team. I don't care if it's 5 years from now, because they will still have a great opportunity, but not as great as these founding members here, because everything is going to exponentiate from under each and every one of you as we grow this as a team. Together, everyone achieves more. To change, you must change. And that's an old Jim Rohn statement.
Yep. All right, guys. Oops, sorry. Go ahead, Bob.
Back at you. I wanted to leave it there. Back at you. And well, I did one more statement. It's an old Zig Ziglar. You help everyone achieve what they want, you will achieve more than what you thought you deserved.
Mm-hmm.
I just paraphrased it in Bob Reid's words.
Yep.
Didn't give you a direct quote. But those two statements is how I'm going to end that, from two greats, Zig Ziglar and Jim Rohn. Back at you, Todd.
Awesome. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. I'm going to shut the recording off now.